What is up, Rage Nation? Of course, this is the behind-the-scenes look of a radio interview. Avery's joining us today from the band Mirror Lake. How you doing, ma'am?
Good, good. Thanks for having me. What's up?
Yeah, I am totally stoked. I'm totally stoked. I've been wanting to reach out to you guys for years, but of course, pandemic, Hurricane Laura, that whole jazz. We're over here in Lake Charles,
Right.
Louisiana, right down I-10 from you guys, but we just got wally-whopped when Hurricane Laura came through.
Yeah, no, you guys have been getting like a lot of the hurricane action lately, and I'm just like, I mean, we obviously we're no stranger to hurricanes in Houston, but man, it gets crazy out there. I just see some of the videos and stuff, and it's wild.
Yeah, it's it says they're starting to call
Right.
this Hurricane Alley, and I don't like it.
Do I have kids in here? Sorry, like I'm like,
Hey, no
there's a
problem.
bunch of kids in the other room. Give me like 2 seconds. Here, I'm in the middle of an interview. You're gonna have to come back later. So anyway, all the neighborhood kids come to my house. So it's like it's a real thing. It's
Yeah,
because like I'm the neighbor with all like the cookies and candies and snacks because I do a lot of baking in my free time. So like I'm
yes.
always like making stuff. So there's always kids that like come over and they're like, "Oh, do you have cookies today? Do you have pastries? Do you have croissants?" You know.
Man, you
So I'm
start
like,
charging.
I know, right? Start charging all their parents.
Yeah, be like, yeah, 250. You know?
Right.
All right, we'll go ahead and get this started.
All right. Sounds good.
In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are here with Mirror Lake. Avery, the lead vocalist, is with us. How you doing, ma'am?
Good. What's up? Thanks so much for having us.
Hey, we are pumped. We love your band. How can people find you on the internet?
So all of our socials are pretty much the same. Like if you're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X, or whatever they want to call it nowadays, it's all at Mirror Lake TX.
Very cool. All right, so we like to play a game right at the beginning of the show so that the Rage Nation gets to know you better. We're going to play 10 rounds with Mikey O. So we're
All
going to go
right.
through 10 separate things, and it's kind of like a this or that, or which thing you like more.
Okay.
First thing that pops in your head, you say it, okay?
All right.
All right, round one. Since you're from Texas, Dallas Cowboys or Houston Texans?
Houston Texans. Like you didn't even have to finish that. Like okay, I don't know if it's like a feud thing, but I'm from Houston, so it's Houston Texans every time.
Were you in Houston when the Oilers were there?
No, well, I mean, like technically alive, yes.
Ah,
It's been a that's from a long time ago. I've only been familiar with the Texans because of my age, but I know the history of the Oilers, which is when they went over to what was it like Tennessee or
yeah,
something?
Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, them wearing our jerseys and us, whooping their butts, that felt good. I know that.
Yeah, and you know what? I went to go see the very last home game in the Astrodome for the Oilers before they moved.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I've never been to the Astrodome either, but that is cool though. That is really cool. You're in New Orleans, right? You said, or near New Orleans,
Lake Charles.
Lake Charles. Okay, so are you a Saints fan or no?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, cool, cool. I like the Saints too, so that's cool.
Congratulate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm more keen on football than a lot of people know. I watch, and obviously like this is the first year we've got the rookie quarterback CJ Stroud in the
Yes.
Texans. So like he's killing it now. So like everybody who is a Texans fan is just getting so hype about it. And then we play the Baltimore Ravens tomorrow, which I'm like kind of nervous about, but I'm gonna like cross my fingers and hope we got this one. They are like the number one seed in the AFC right now, so that also makes me kind of nervous, but we'll see.
How about the
Screw Lamar
epic?
Jackson.
I mean, hindsight's 2020, but how about the epic blunder of Carolina passing up on CJ Stroud?
Yeah, no, a miracle for us is what that was. But it's just, I mean, it's crazy. The Panthers have a terrible score this year, though. Like
Somebody should
we're
get
not even
fired
gonna.
over that.
Yeah, and I don't dislike teams. I try not to because like especially being from Houston, like if you don't like the Dallas Cowboys, there's enough people here that will get mad at you for that. So I try and keep my mouth shut. But like anytime like Dak throws an interception, I'm like yes, like low key. It's like between me and myself.
All right. So I was going to do something else, but before we started the show, you were telling me you're a baker.
Yes, yeah.
So round 2,
Uh-huh.
snickerdoodle or chocolate chip?
I like the snickerdoodle. The kids prefer the chocolate chip because like I said, I make, pastries for all the kids in the neighborhood and stuff. So they always like the chocolate chips because it's just like whatever. But I'm a big snickerdoodle fan, especially when it's cold. I'll make hot chocolate. That
Yes.
right there, that's a combination.
All right. Round 3, combat boots or high heels?
Combat boots. I am 5'9". I will fall in a pair of high heels. And I make the joke all the time, like I'm not made for that. I'm not made for that. But a good pair of boots will take me very far.
Round 4, winter or summer?
Winter, because I like the fashion. Like summer fashion's cool, but I'm just like a big fan of like coats and like different style jackets and stuff. So it's always gonna be winter. And I'm from Texas. Like we only get a little bit of winter, so why not cherish it?
Yeah, and how'd the polar vortex treat you guys here recently?
Better than the last time it froze.
Oh,
Last
yeah,
time
that
it
was nuts.
froze, yeah, we were without power for days. This time around, we had no issues and it was all good. So
All right, round 5, milkshake or malt?
mm, I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm gonna say neither.
We
Like,
interviewed a band we interviewed a band from New York earlier this month called Vajra, and they were both the lead singer and the guitar player were both lactose intolerant as well. But I tell you what, if you I know there's like some pills out there that you can take that I guess damper the effects of it. If you ever feel froggy one day, a malt will change your life.
malt over milkshake. Okay, noted. Like one day I'm just gonna bite the bullet and try it. And I do that
Yes.
all the time. Like with certain cheeses, like obviously if it's an aged cheese, lactose intolerance, you can still have it, but like yeah, I'm just gonna bite the bullet one day and say I'm gonna try this malt.
Yes. Let's see. Round 6, CD or vinyl?
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna say vinyl because I have mostly vinyls now, but like in my heart of hearts, I am a CD girl because that's like where I grew up. So like I was born in the 90s. So for me, it was like CDs were life. Like you had the visor on like in your parents'
Yeah.
car with all the CDs lined up. Like so CDs have a special place in my heart, but as of right now, like my vinyl collection is stacked, so I'm gonna say vinyl.
When I was in college, I had just got the new JVC Chameleon deck, and that was one of those decks that hit itself,
Uh-huh.
and somebody stole it like a week after I bought it. But they left all my CDs alone. And I didn't even care about the deck. I was like, "Oh my god, they got my CDs." But they didn't.
Right, yeah. I think I'd be more upset about the CDs too.
Let's see here. Round number 7, metalcore or pop punk?
Metalcore all the way. I'm a metalcore girly. Like I don't listen to a lot of pop punk. I mean, there's just like a small handful of bands, and then other than that, like my metalcore knowledge is insane. Like just so many bands. That's pretty much what I grew up on.
Round 8, lager or IPA?
IPA.
Really?
Yes. Everybody complains about that really hoppy flavor, but for some reason, like I love it. So like the hoppier the beer, the more I like enjoy it. So I'm gonna go IPA every single time.
Nice. Round number 9, driving or flying?
Mm, that's tough because I'm gonna say driving. And I'm gonna say driving because I am a scenic girly and whenever I mean like being on a plane is cool, being on a plane is fun. You're like in the clouds and you kind of see, but I really do enjoy driving through the mountains and actually like seeing stuff. So I'm gonna go with driving.
All right. And round number 10, with 10 rounds with Mikey O, mohawk or mullet?
Mullet.
Yes.
I'm going mullet. I love a good mullet. Like on a guy or a girl, I've seen both genders rock the mullet really, really well, especially in like the more modern day mullets. I'm a mullet fan all the way.
Yeah, I was gassing up the other day right before the vortex. It was really windy. And they had a lady gassing up a few pumps down that had like the Patrick Swayze Roadhouse mullet. And it was just flapping in the wind. It was so
Yeah,
beautiful. Like I was
that's
staring at it.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yeah, no, mullet all the way.
All right, that's 10 rounds with Mikey O. Congrats, Avery. You did great. Oh, and speaking of, since you love vinyl, have you guys ever pressed in your music in vinyl?
Not yet. So we put out our first EP in 2023. So this year, we've been kind of making the decision of how we want to handle our next release, but pressing vinyl has been requested by a lot of people. And we've even got some guys, just, random people that have sent us like these really cool, like vinyl artwork pieces with like our band and stuff. And so, like, it's definitely high on the list. I think we want to get something a little bit closer to a full length before we press, but it's definitely going to happen.
Nice. Speaking of that, one of your earlier songs, that's the song we're going to play first. It's called Bury You. What's the song about?
Yes. Bury You is about my own struggle with it was really a battle of self-worth, and it was an apology to everyone around me because of the way that I would act, and I wasn't necessarily treating people bad, but I was a buzzkill. Like big time. I was really just a bummer to be around, and it was all because I was struggling with problems and depression and then all of this other stuff. And it was like kind of just like this mopey ass song about about me crying. Like that's really what it is. And it is an older song, which is like for me, it's fun to look back on that kind of stuff now because I don't feel that way anymore. I've done the work now. I've done the healing. So it just, looking back on that is like it's like poor Avery, but also like I'm really glad that that's not me anymore. But still a great song. It's my favorite probably of all time that we've put out.
Here it is. It's Avery's favorite song. It's Mirror Lake with Bury You on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very good. All right, segment 2, we're going to talk about how, like, I found your band and a little bit about that.
All right, sounds good.
All right, segment 2 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are back with Avery for the band Mirror Lake. Now, Avery, I found you guys a few years ago. I was perusing the YouTube, searching for indie bands, and I ran across your video for Losing My Religion.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I must have watched it 5 or 6 times in a row. Like, your voice, it's so powerful, but yet so delicate. It's like the range that you have is awe-inspiring, and I couldn't get enough.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
And then around that time, we were doing Indie Rage Radio, and I was like, I got to reach out to this band. I got to get Avery on the show. But then, bam, pandemic happened. Bam, Hurricane Laura happened. We had to take a little hiatus on the show, but you are finally here.
I'm glad to be here. It's so funny. A lot of people have found us from Losing My Religion, and it's like when we sit down and write a song, sometimes it'll take like a day, 2 days, a week. And like that was one of those ones where I had wanted to cover the song for a really long time. I love the song like since I was a kid. So I kind of like talked to the guys about it, and they're like, yeah, we can see what we put together. It took us 20 minutes and I'm talking about me recording my parts and everything. It was like a 20-minute deal done. Wow. Like the fastest we've ever recorded a song, and the response to it was just overwhelming for as quickly as we put it together. But every step we were like, yeah, no, that's good. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And we were just like laying down the track so fast, and there was no argument about how each part should go. And I think that I kind of kept like a more like mellow, lower tone throughout the song. And then I was like, I think I want to pick it up. And I was like, can I pick it up? And then they're like, well, we're going to hit record and find out, aren't we? And I was like, yeah. And at that point, that was like kind of the hardest thing vocally I had done. And now I can do it because we've played it live a bunch of times. So like now it just comes naturally. It's so easy. But like, I guess it was just getting past those nerves of like really going for those bigger notes. And it completely changed the trajectory of our songs as far as like me singing.
Most definitely. And look, we're not playing on this show today, but we're going to play a little clip of it right now. Hannah, hit the clip. All right. And that's where your music's playing here. That is so good. So good. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Look, there's no wonder why 51,000 people have seen the audio and 45,000 have seen the video. It's definitely word of mouth. People are like, you got to check this out, bro. You guys did it.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Like that's just YouTube. That Losing My Religion was the first time it really in my entire musical career, but like with Mirror Lake, that crossed over 1 million streams. And so we were like, oh my God. Like it was one of those moments we were like, we did that. That's so cool. Like, but yeah, it's always gonna be like a song that's like so special to me.
And the name Mirror Lake for your band, what's behind that? It sounds kind of philosophical almost.
The funny thing is that when we were looking for a band name, Mirror Lake just was like one of those that got thrown into the pool, and it meant something different to every single person in the band. Like for me, I grew up near a street called Mirror Lake. So like for me, it reminded me of home. Like it gave me like this like sense of peace. And I was like, oh, Mirror Lake, yeah. And then like for another person in the band, it was like a spot they used to meet up at and like things like that. So it was just like a really cool like thing for us. And we're like, let's stick with this one. This is cool.
Yeah, most definitely. So next up, we're going to play your song Closure.
Yes.
What's the song about?
Closure is, well, okay, so a lot of people don't know but Closure is about someone who's very special to me. And this person really, really helped me, through some tough things in my life. And that song was just like a thank you to that person, because I didn't think I could do it on my own. And it wasn't so much that they, did all these things to like, help me out, but they saw me, or they helped me realize that I could do it. They like kind of sparked a lot of like inspiration. And it was just something that I felt was necessary to give them like a proper thank you for the record.
There you go. Here it is. It is Mirror Lake with their song Closure on Indie Rage Radio. All right. Very good. Segment 3, we're going to talk a little bit about Houston and the local scene.
Okay, yeah.
About you guys branching out into Texas. All right, here in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are back with Avery, starting hour number 2. Mirror Lake is our featured guest. They're from Houston, Texas. Look, go find them on social media, Mirror Lake TX. Go stream their music, go buy their merch, support this band. All right, Avery, so your main base is in Houston. How did Houston recover from the pandemic? Because I know, right down I-10 over here in Lake Charles, we always heard about how popping the music scene was over in Houston, and you guys had like so many venues. But I know a lot of the bands that I talked to, the pandemic really did a work on a lot of the live music venues that didn't make it through the pandemic. How's the music scene over in Houston?
Now, great, yeah. But absolutely, the pandemic had such a crazy effect on the music scene, because before, people were always going to shows, and there was so much going on, so many different venues. And then the pandemic hits and nobody can go outside. And so like a lot of bands here in Houston, obviously everywhere, but a lot of bands, we really just started live streaming sets and things like that. Like we did a live stream even during the pandemic in like one of our tour manager at the time, our old tour manager's garage. And so we were, literally just doing what we could. And so when it was time to get back out there, everybody started trying to book shows. Everybody started trying to put something together. And then the next thing you know, we're like, oh, that venue closed. Oh, that venue closed. But since that time, quite a few venues have opened. So we've got kind of a new like rebirth of places to play. And it's been really exciting. And a lot of, really awesome bands here in Houston as well. So.
I saw from your social media, you guys have been teaming up with 94.5 The Buzz, which is absolutely amazing. Every time I come to Houston, it's got to be on The Buzz. And if anybody even tries to change the station, I'm like karate chopping their hands. How's that relationship been?
The team at The Buzz, they're amazing. Everybody from Elliot, the Rod Ryan Show, Teresa, all those guys are so amazing, and they've been so great to us. And we actually kind of had our introduction to them. We played BuzzFest, which is like kind of the big festival out here. And so after that, we kind of were able to talk to them on a more regular basis. And then like they did the Hometown for the Holidays, and we Bury You was on Hometown for the Holidays, as well as our most recent single. So that was really cool to see that support, and to just like see them sharing our song and like really talking about us on the radio and hearing us on air, every day was amazing.
Yeah, and I see you're branching out. You're playing Austin. You're playing Lubbock. What's your favorite town in Texas to go play other than Houston?
Austin, easy. Yeah. It's Austin. And it's just because every time we go out there, the love and just the support that we get and just the crowd reaction, being able to feed off of that. I love playing Austin as much as I love playing Houston. Like that's how much I love the city of Austin. They've done nothing but show us love. Now Lubbock is really cool. It's a little bit of a kind of a Walmart of a city. Like it doesn't seem like there's much going on. I don't mean that to insult the place, but you know, like it's real chill, real chill. And so you get there and then you walk into the venue and you're like, okay, it seems like, you know, kind of a plain place. You start playing, the kids go crazy. The kids go crazy. So that's another one. Lubbock was like a surprise. It was like a pleasant surprise. And so that's another place I cannot wait to go back and play.
Right on. Now, let's talk about your song Somber. What's this about?
Yeah, Somber was my toxic relationship song. I guess it was leaving the toxic relationship, which I'm obviously glad that happened and everything. It's just like it was me like saying, you got this, you did this, and sayonara, motherfucker. But it you know, it was cool because that was the song that we played on the show No Cover as well. So playing writing Somber, then being able to perform it in front of absolute legends like Alice Cooper and things like that was just like a crazy experience. And even Alice Cooper was like, this is a breakup song, huh? You sound angry, you sound so mad. And I was like, oh my god. I mean, I was at the time. And so like it was good that, you know, even those, you know, that panel of judges were able to decipher that. And so it's just a straight to the point breakup song.
Yeah, and you know, some of the best music comes out of the darkest of times.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works out.
All my favorite music does.
But it's so relatable, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, and that's what it is. It's the human experience. It's like we experience, you know, pain and anger and sadness and resentment. And it's just cool to have that expressed into words, no matter who the band is. So I relate to a lot of that stuff.
Here it is. It is Somber from Mirror Lake on Indie Rage Radio. All right. And segment 4 is kind of like we're up against the clock, time's running out type thing. We pretty much wrap a bow on everything and we get out of here.
All right.
All right. Segment 4 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. Sadly, it is our final segment with Avery from Mirror Lake. They're an awesome band. Go find them on social media, Mirror Lake TX. Go stream their music. Go buy some merch. Support this band and definitely get that record whenever they press some vinyl. All right, so what does the future look like for Mirror Lake, Avery?
We're in the lab right now writing some of the best songs we've ever written in our life. So that is the future. The future is going to be us just dropping banger after banger. And I'm so confident that I can say it's going to be that good.
Nice. Any chance we can see you guys venture down I-10 and hit Louisiana up?
Absolutely. In fact, we've already been in talks about doing that this year. So I can actually give you a hard guarantee we will be in Louisiana this year.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, great college towns like Lafayette, Baton Rouge. When you're coming back to Houston, you can stop here in Lake Charles somewhere.
Yeah, and I've been through Louisiana before. It's super fun. It's super fun.
Well, Avery, it has been such an honor to have you on the show today. You guys are awesome. Any parting thoughts for the listeners?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say that a lot of stuff happened last year, and if you thought we did something, you're gonna find out. That's it.
There you go. All right, she is Avery from Mirror Lake. I am Mikey O. We got to talk about no. Look, we got to have a few more minutes. Tell us a little bit about your song Pressure.
Pressure. Oh man, Pressure is about dealing with narcissistic, crazy people and not understanding why they are the way they are. That is it in a nutshell. That is Pressure. That is our newest single. So if you guys have not checked this out, that is a great starting point. That, and of course, Losing My Religion, since everybody seems to love that one, but also Pressure.
That's right. Go check out the video on YouTube. It is a high energy video. You will love it. All right. So now it's time. She is Avery from Mirror Lake. I am Mikey O. We are out of here. Here's Pressure on Indie Rage Radio. See you when I see you. Awesome. You did
Awesome.
great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was cool. That was
awesome. Your show is going to come out January 29th. Perfect, and I'll start tagging you guys on social media. And then we have currently 10 radio station affiliates, so I'll tag those in there as well. So you see when they're going to be playing on different stations around the world and stuff like that. And then awesome. If you guys would want to cross promote, sure would appreciate it.
We absolutely will. So typically, especially with video interviews like this, obviously we're going to do the sharing, all the links and stuff. What I like to do is take like some of my favorite little snips and like put them on our TikTok as well. So
right on.
That's really, and like that's been like the TikTok response. We've been like our conversion streams has been really good there. So awesome. Definitely going to be sharing like a lot of little clips of that.
Okay, very cool. Before you get out of here, can I get a drop from you? Can you say, hi, this is Avery from Mirror Lake, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio?
Absolutely. Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Hi, this is Avery from Mirror Lake, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
So professional. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go get those kids some cookies.
Yeah, I know.
Have a good one.
You too, man. Thanks.
Hey, good luck in 2024.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And you as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.